multiple weapons at once, charging aggressively at the xenophage. She also used several tentacles tipped with blades simultaneously, stabbing and striking the creature with precision and speed. Hybrid. Another symbiote featured in Venom 3 is Hybrid. In the movie, this symbiote forms when two symbiotes merge into a single host, creating a distinct two-headed creature on screen. The merged entity uses combined strength and webbing-style attacks to help fight the xenophage. In the comics, Hybrid is quite different. It is a fusion of several iconic symbiotes: Agony, Lasher, Phage, and Riot. Hybrid in the comics is considered to be one of the strongest symbiotes on Earth. In the movie, however, Hybrid dies quickly and doesn't have much screen time or impact. Phage. Phage is the yellow symbiote that bonds with the injured security guard named Jim during the xenophage fight. He immediately stands out due to his larger and more muscular build compared to the other symbiotes. Phage can transform his arms into massive fists, dealing significantly more damage to the xenophage than the others. We even see him single-handedly holding his own against the xenophage for a short time before he is ultimately killed when Rex Strickland fires a rocket at him. Red Goblin. The so-called Red Goblin refers to the symbiote with fire-related abilities, though its official name has never been confirmed. In the fight, it notably transforms its arms into tentacles that spark with fire particles and attacks the xenophage from the side. Unfortunately, it is one of the first symbiotes to die, being eaten by the xenophage like toxin. When it dies, fire sparks erupt across its body, which may have contributed to the damage. Additionally, a white/silver symbiote and a blue spiky symbiote appear in the battle. Their abilities aren't clearly shown, which is unfortunate, as both symbiotes looked really cool. Tobey Maguire's Venom. In the Raimi universe, we see a different version of the Venom symbiote. In this timeline, the symbiote arrives on Earth inside a meteorite that crashes into Central Park. It later finds its way to Spider-Man, also known as Peter Parker, and bonds with him. The symbiote enhances Peter's abilities on top of his natural Spider-Man powers, making him stronger, faster, and more aggressive than ever before. However, the downside is that the symbiote amplifies Peter's darker impulses, causing him to become brutal, reckless, and emotionally unstable in his encounters. Realizing the symbiote is changing him for the worse, Peter lures it into a sonic cage inside a construction site, where loud vibrations weaken it. He then destroys it using Harry Osborn's pumpkin bomb, seemingly killing the symbiote. Andrew Garfield's Venom. In the Amazing Spider-Man universe, we never got to see Venom in his full form. However, an early trailer for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 showed that a symbiote existed and was being held by Oscorp. This strongly suggests that the filmmakers originally planned to introduce Venom into this universe at some point. Unfortunately, those plans never came to fruition. The 616 symbiote. In the post-credit scene of No Way Home, we see a fragment of the Venom symbiote left behind in Earth 616, the main MCU timeline. This moment immediately led fans to speculate that the symbiote will eventually bond with the MCU's Peter Parker, giving rise to the MCU's own version of Venom. Since then, several intriguing teases and clues have suggested that this storyline could unfold in the upcoming Spider-Man movie. First, Michael Mando, the actor who plays Scorpion in the MCU, has teased fans on Instagram on 2 separate occasions by sharing images that feature both Scorpion and Venom together. This has fueled theories that the symbiote may initially bond with Scorpion before making its way to Peter Parker later in the story. Next, the film's director, Destin Daniel Cretton, revealed in another Instagram post that he will be drawing inspiration from Spider-Man issue number 345, a comic that heavily features Venom. Lastly, there are also rumors suggesting that Peter may wear a black suit in Secret Wars. If this turns out to be true, it would almost guarantee that the Venom symbiote eventually bonds with Peter at some point in the future. Another popular fan theory that has emerged with the introduction of the symbiote is the possibility of Agent Venom appearing in the future. In the comics, Flash Thompson, who originally starts out as one of Spider-Man's school bullies, later joins the military and is severely injured in combat, losing both of his legs. He is eventually selected for a government-sponsored program known as Project Rebirth 2.0, where he is bonded with a Venom symbiote and becomes Agent Venom. While Agent Venom shares many of the same abilities as Venom, such as enhanced strength, agility, and regeneration. What sets him apart is how he combines these powers with his military training and advanced weapon usage. He often operates as a government operative or mercenary, carrying out high-risk missions throughout the comics. Since Flash Thompson has already been introduced in the MCU, many fans believe this storyline could eventually be